And at the plate for the Dodgers.
Of course.
So digging in, Geraldo Perdomo. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. That's in for a strike. Throw to third. He's safe.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely using his legs to his advantage right here.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. Glass now, ready and deals. Squirts away a little bit, and an excellent job keeping it right there. Swings and misses. He notches strikeout number 150 this season. Here's Ketel Marte. Look out! And it hit him.
Just a fastball that got away from him there. He didn't have the right finish to it. Good extension that he needed to get to his target.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Base hit into the outfield. Runner from third comes across. It's 1-1.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Diving, and he can't make the play. Safe, and they take the lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So here's Wade now. Ground ball right side, could be two. Throws it away. Arenado around third. And now a wide throw to third. And in comes the runner from second to score. A big mistake there. One away, runners at first and third. Next to hit for Arizona, Gabriel Moreno. And strike one to the catcher. Lifted in the air, right center field. A dive, and he can't hold it in. In to score is the runner from third. It's 4-1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. You know what they say. He couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Glass now back to work, the 0-1. And that one fouled off.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Well done behind the dish. In the dirt, blocked. Nice job behind the plate there.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now. Well, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
That's in there, and it's 0-2. Wade at third. Moreno over at second. Smith at first. One gone. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And he asks for time now. Chance to take a breath with the bases loaded. 0-2 now. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. The run scores all the way from first. It's 7-1.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Blake Trinan.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man, and one of the better ones in the game.
Lined into left center, base hit. In comes the runner from third, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for these guys. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
That one's in there, and it's 0-2.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's.
Not in time. He's safe. And it's an 8-run lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 0-1. You see the velocity, 97 with that fastball. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And the right-hander deals. Foul ball still 0-2. Kicks and deals. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone.
Power versus power right there. Like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter. Getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. And forget it.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Judge is under it. And that is that. And welcome.
Take your break.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. He reached on a walk his first time. The wind and the pitch. There's a swing and a drive. Bangs off the wall.
All over that one right there. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
Swings and crushes one. Right field, way back, and gone.
He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
Judge rips that one. In one, hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. The relay throw. Not in time. He's got a double.
He was all over that one. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on.
This one is smashed down the right field line. Way back there. Fair and gone. Kyle Kyle Tucker sends it out. His 42nd home run of the season. And they add a pair. It's 14-6. The batter now will be Will Smith. Line drive. And there's one down.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
And a base hit into right. So a man aboard now with one away.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And the batter now. Line drive. Caught.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Here's Kike Hernandez. Drove in a run with a sac fly. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Nolan Arenado. Man in scoring position with two away. Now up next for Arizona, Geraldo Perdomo. There's the strike. Pitch is in there. No balls, two strikes. Tries to get back and save. Smoked into left, base hit. McCarthy around third. He'll score, and they now lead by 9. Now around second, going for third. And he's in safely at third as a run scores.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
And it's fouled away. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Next offering is fouled back. Now this is in the air down the line. Hernandez sizing it up. And that is that. Welcome back. New inning getting started. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Aaron Judge.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try.
Left field, way back there. That's down. One hops off the wall. Now he turns and heads for second. Perdomo with a relay throw, but he's in there easily.
Boog, I know you love the slug. Well, the slugging percentage is on the rise in this one. That's his 3rd extra base hit of the game. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Nice grab on the run. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away. Here's the catcher, Will Smith, 1 for 2. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. That'll fire up the dugout. His 29th. Merrill Kelly on the pitch out of the pen here.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Swung on, belted. That one's got a chance. And into the pool. It's out of here. He powers one out to right field. Home run number 5 on the season, and they cut into the lead. It's 15-9. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
And now Enrique Hernandez. Throw to second. Save. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Right-hander kick steals. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
A.J. Puck into the game.
And he's had his...
And that's going to roll to the wall. Betts into second.
They are really feeding off each other. That's 5 hits in a row. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into the...
Now this ball is down and could score a run. So a man aboard. And next is the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. He's already homered in this game. In the air, right center field. This is demolished. Way back and gone.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Ryan Thompson takes over on the mound. Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Hey, partner, how's your scorecard looking right now?
A little dicey, kind of hieroglyphics style at the moment. You know what it's like, Singy? Remember our trip to London, Yankees and Red Sox in 2019? I think there were 50 runs scored in the 2 games combined. My scorecard was ugly for that series.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This one blasted deep to left. Way out of here. Home run.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
And now the first baseman, Dalton Rushing. He's already homered here in this one. That one ripped. McCarthy going back some more, racing back some more. Pulls it in on the warning track. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here is Nolan. That's ball 4. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Rips that one to right. Carroll makes the catch. 1 down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And that one is lifted in the air. Way back there. It's gone. Grand slam.
Well, he comes through big time with the grand slam here, but you also got
Nolan Arenado, the next to hit. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Chris, it's pretty crazy to think that Nolan Arenado shared an entire side. Hauls it in for the out. And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And that's in for a strike.
Some guys are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Corners are occupied with 2 down. Lined, and that's a base hit. 1 runs in. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Wade can't hold up, and that's a strike. A laser to left base hit. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate, and that's a double.
Got to be feeling great about that double. Big spot, and he drives in too. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
There's a strike. Wade at second with 2 down. And a ground ball to first. He steps on the bag. That ends the frame. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, known for his late inning heroics. Graveman back to work. This one's got a chance. And that one is gone up onto the balcony. He sends it out of here. His 59th home run of the season. It's 21-20.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. That one ripped. And out of here.
Wow, this is awesome. I mean, a 4-homer game. They're just so rare. They're so special and just so tough to pull off as well. Everything has to line up for you. But, of course, you got to make.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
Swings and crushes one. Right field, way back, and gone. He'll circle the bases. His 2nd home run of the game. It's 23-20.
Now he's just showing off out there. And who can blame him with a swing like that? Give that man a bat. Watch it go a long way. Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Now here is Dalton rushing. It's through for a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
These guys are relentless. Just till the bell sounds, they are going to keep coming at you, trying to get you into the corner and knock you out.
And that one hit hard and back up the middle for a base hit. Now a long throw home. The tag out. So 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Enrique Hernandez getting ready to hit. And a foul ball. Rushing at second, Kim on at first with 2 down. And that one hammered. That's back there. And it is gone.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Tom Cosgrove.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these guys better be ready to swing the bats.
He's in with a double, and that's his 2nd double of the night. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. pitch to right, and that one's going to leave the park. Out of here. Home run. Freddie Freeman bops one out of here. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they tack on to their lead. It's 28-20. That was blasted.
Absolutely. No doubt off the bat.
That one's on its way. No question about it. And that one will go. He leaves the yard to right. And they tack one on the board. It's 29-20. He's got a single, a double, and a triple in this game. A home run. Swing, and that ball is blasted. That one on its way, and it is gone. A home run, and that's the cycle. Some history here, and what a game he's had. Chris, you hit for the cycle, so you know what this is like.
It's a really cool thing to accomplish, especially when your team gets the W. And one thing that gets lost in this is that.
And there's the third out. That'll do it for the. Back here at the ball. And here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Hernandez sizing it up. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. And that's all set to.
Your attention, please.
This is Corbin Carroll. First pitch is in the dirt. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers